repelling mites and providing education, particularly in urban areas. As Cameroonians reflect on the significance of World AIDS Day, there is an urgent call for collective action to combat stigma, promote understanding, and ensure that everyone has access to the care they need for a healthy life.
And as the world marks one more December dedicated to the fight against HIV and AIDS, Douala Newbell Multifunctional Center became a hub of renewed commitment where disabled rights advocates and health actors joined forces to push for more inclusive strategies in combating the HIV/AIDS virus. Rachel Difongang completes that story.
The month of December displays the weapons for the fight against HIV/AIDS. On the front lines against this enemy is a network of dynamic organizations promoting the well-being of persons with disabilities. In the premises of the Multifunctional Center of New Berlin Douala, new strategies to fight this disease were at the heart of debates led by, among others, panelists, representatives of associations for persons with disabilities, and a representative of the public health delegation for the littoral region.
Notice that we youth will have the prevalence of VIH, I will not say is high, but we have certain youth which is affected with HIV. And the difficulty that we have is to maintain them on treatment, because those youth, they don't realize the importance to take RAV each day. And they have sex, they are doing sex with their classmate, with their neighbor, and they can transmit the HIV to them. So it is important to inform them that HIV is transmitted through sexual intercourse.
HIV/AIDS was on the battlefield, and the discussions mainly focus on advocating to public authorities for the promotion of free education for children with disabilities. The occasion also provides an opportunity to make donations to persons with physical disabilities. Crutches, tablets, and white canes were handed out. The truce against HIV is not for tomorrow, but victory over the virus remains hopeful. This gathering once again highlighted the crucial role of inclusive action in the fight against HIV/AIDS by uniting efforts and strengthening support for persons with disabilities. Stakeholders reaffirmed their determination to move closer to a future where prevention, care, and dignity are accessible to all.
And in this obituary, Cameroonians received the sad news of the passing on of the national president of the Manedem party, Anese Ekane, this Monday in Yaoundé with shock. A president who party members gathered at the party headquarters in Akwa, described as a patriot, was detained in Yaoundé since October 24th. We have details of that report in this story.
News of his passing away circulated early Monday morning, December 1, 2025, at the Manedem party headquarters in Akwa, Douala 1 subdivision. Party militants and family members quickly gathered to confirm the sad news.
The Manedem party learned this morning through social media that President Ekane passed away, and this death was confirmed by the wife, who was present in Yaoundé. And the party was called, and also the family, to collect the corpse.
Arrested on October 24th, 2025 in Douala, he was detained in Yaoundé in what party members described as inappropriate conditions.
And he was detained for many days without his respiratory machines in the cells before being sent at the dispensary of SET in Yaoundé. And since that day, he was given a respiratory machine by the hospital, and we don't know if this respiratory machine were really fitted to really help him.
A patriot who fought for his country right to death.
And you say somebody who has decided to really offer his life to Cameroon. And he has a particular words that if my heart does not breathe for Cameroon, let it not breathe again. So that was his words. And he tried to make all his comrades, the younger ones who come closer to him, to have that as their position in life. So this man really loves Cameroon. He's the patriot who loves his country, who fought that Cameroonians should benefit from better conditions, who believe that Cameroon is not real.
The members are raising a worry in which they may not collect the remains.
La famille a décidé qu'on ne prenne pas le corps, qu'ils restent avec le corps. Ils ont voulu le corps. Ils ont voulu annoncer qu'il est mort. Il est mort. Il est mort, on l'a tué. Qu'ils restent avec le corps.
According to a document circulating, the Ministry of Defense would have made a statement indicating that investigations have been opened to ascertain the real cause of his death.
And so we would be updating you as that information is concerned when the investigations would have been completed. Away from that, we talk politics. To elect regional councillors. Information from that region says the exercise went on hitch-free across the region. The regional governor, accompanied by his close collaborators, visited the polling stations in Gaoundere, and from what he says, this is a sign of maturity of our democracy. Let us listen to the governor of the Adamawa region in the following excerpt, as selected by our Adamawa regional correspondent, Awal Muhammadu.
I think so far things are very good. There is no problem, there is no incident. I had the situation of other divisions, Banyo, Tibati, Meganga, Tinyer also. I think everything is good. I want to congratulate all the stakeholders for this good behavior. We have to forge ahead for our democracy, also for our development. So the region is so good, the region is calm, the state of mind is positive. So particularly I am proud to be the governor of the region.
And from Adamawa region, we take you to another region, this time in the West region, precisely in Mefi division, where it was a massive turnout of municipal councillors who came to validate the unique CPDM list that will bring back the outgoing CPDM divisional delegate, as well as those from the traditional leaders across the region. As well, information says it was a huge free elections that took place yesterday, Sunday, the 30th of November. The governor of the West region visited the polling station in Bafusam for Mefi division, and in this excerpt shares his appraisal of that exercise. Let's listen to that excerpt as selected by our West regional correspondent, Alexis Yangwa.
I am satisfied. The officers and those responsible of ELECAM are around, and they've taken all the necessary dispositions for the smooth running of these elections. I met a good number of voters who were very enthusiastic to carry out their civic responsibility. Equally, security dispositions have been taken. We've seen that the atmosphere is all very calm and serene, and so I think that justifies our satisfaction.
And we'll be bringing you some other information concerning the regional elections in the days ahead. Let's talk societal issues. Every year from the 25th of November to the 10th of December, the world marks 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. The call is for global solidarity to end violence against women and young girls everywhere. Recently, a local non-governmental organization working for our well-being held a press conference urging stronger action, as to tell us Ashley Johnson.
Violence is not a culture. That was the firm message at the recently held press conference organized by Working for Our Wellbeing, where speakers warned that violence against women remains a major public health and human rights crisis affecting nearly 1 in 3 women worldwide. They stressed that boys and men also face violence, especially in humanitarian crises, climate-vulnerable communities, and poverty-stricken areas.
The reason why we are commemorating these 16 days of activism today, having this press conference, is to send out an awareness message and to hit an alarm on the issues of violence that are being targeted towards women so far. It's not only for 16 days, because it's a work that we're going to do for the whole year and forevermore, because we continue to be like vanguards to make sure that there is an end to violence.
This year's 16 days theme focuses on ending digital violence, a growing form of abuse that includes cyber stalking, non-consensual sharing of images, online harassment, and technology-facilitated threats.
Every woman must understand that when you are facing a situation of like people sending you unwanted pictures that are very obscene, people saying words that are regarding their body, which is something that is incorrect for somebody to body shame, people insulting online, that's a form of violence. People using your case to play mockery of it or doing a small short sketch with it online, that's part of digital violence. And sometimes these move from the digital, from the online platforms and goes physical.
Working for our well-being is urging the government to enforce practical steps to curb gender-based violence, including strengthening reporting and prosecution mechanisms, improving police response and survivor support services, expanding digital safety laws, and increasing community education.
Nous faisons aussi les porte-à-porte, c'est-à-dire
we also do door-to-door visits, meaning our moms. We go to neighborhoods, we try to tell them that this or that can happen to your daughter, maybe at school or online. It can be violence against her. You should denounce it, you should do this. So we always encourage them to come to us or go directly to the police station to file a report, or go to Antique, who will take responsibility to investigate and find out who the perpetrator is. Organizers say the recent rise in cases, including incidents involving children, highlights the urgent need for wider community awareness and stronger protection measures, especially during campaigns like the 16 days of activism and beyond. For shame must change sides.
Shame must change side, Johnson. We talk issues concerning peace. Traditional practitioners in Cameroon have contributed their quota in the quest for peace to reign in Cameroon. Meeting in Bonaberi, Douala over the weekend, these traditional healers, under the banner of Back to Our Roots, installed their regional representative while calling for Cameroonians to go back to their ways of our ancestors as a solution for the crisis of peace in our country. Details in this report.
At the time Cameroon is grappling with post-election crisis that threatened social peace and living together, Cameroonians in their different capacities have been seeking ways of ensuring peace and stability in the country. That was the case of the Association of Traditional Practitioners in Cameroon, Back to Our Roots, who met in Douala from the 28th to the 29th of November 2025 to pray for peace in the ways of our ancestors. According to Back to Our Roots, what has befallen mankind is the consequences of derailing from our traditional ways of living.
Back to our roots is the way we dress, the way we eat, the way we come up, the way we live, living together, sharing together in harmony. You see, the whole world today is coming to like monotonous, like keeping massacring, people fighting. But the Creator who created man for his own image, He gave us this natural gift of nature.
Duly recognized by the authorities, the meeting in Douala was attended by the Divisional Delegate of Youth and Civic Education for Vuri Division, who lauded the initiative of this association.
The purpose of our coming here, sent by the Minister of Youth Affairs and Civic Education to come and push, give the administrative push to this organization that is reacting on what is going on in Cameroon now. So we gathered here to say that Cameroon it should be peaceful, and the local and traditional rulers and actors are a chance for Cameroon to ensure the blossoming of youth.
Back to our roots. It is an all-inclusive association.
We work with Muslims, we work with Reverend Fathers, we work with pastors. Our tradition is something that bringing people together. We discovered that tradition is like a house with many rooms.
Besides this traditional ritual for peace in Cameroon, Back to Our Roots met in Douala equally to install their regional representative, Dr. Yoon Elizabeth, who has been working to ensure that peace reign in our society for years.
From 1999, I started carrying all street children and training them with love, giving them food, giving them education, and making them to know that they are citizens of Cameroon, and if they grew, they would serve Cameroon in a good way. I discovered those number of children, they are different. They are humble. They are serving government in one way or the other with truthfulness.
The opening of the two-day event in Douala was attended by men of God who reminded these traditional practitioners to respect the text authorizing them to function and to remain within their area authorized. Other activities on the sidelines of the meeting included a free consultation open to the public. Their next stop will be in the West region for the same purpose in the days ahead.
And from there, we talk sports, football. Samuel Etofis has served another 4-year term as a FECAFOOT president. That was last Saturday in Yaoundé. Rachel Difongang in the following report tells us that the indomitable Lions are facing a storm of challenges from a string of defeats as well as ongoing tensions with team coach Mark Brice will put Etofis' leadership to the test from day one. Let us get the key challenges Eto must tackle as he gets on board as a new FECAFOOT president for the next 4 years. With this report with Rachel Ntifongang.
November 29 marked a decisive moment for Cameroonian football as Samuel Eto'o, the lone candidate for the presidency of the Cameroon Football Federation, was re-elected with 85 out of 87 votes during the General Assembly. The 4-time African Player of the Year, who first took office in 2021, now extends his leadership for another 4-year term, set to run until 2029. But behind this overwhelming show of confidence lies a turbulent landscape and series of pressing challenges that will shape the future of football in the country. Eto'o returns to the presidency at a time when the indomitable Lions are experiencing one of their most troubling sporting periods in recent years. The national team has suffered a string of defeats, raising serious concerns about the performance, player morale, and the overall direction of the program. Cameroon's recent matches have exposed defensive weaknesses, tactical inconsistency, and a lack of cohesion, issues that have alarmed fans and reignited debate about the state of football governance in the country. Compounding these on-field struggles is the ongoing conflict between FECAFOOT and national team head coach Mark Brice. The tension between the federation president and the Belgian coach has spilled into the public arena, sparking administrative disputes, communication breakdowns, and competing visions of the team's future. This standoff has not only disrupted preparations for key competition, but has also projected an image of instability at the highest levels of Cameroonian football administration. As Eto'o embarks on his new term, one of his most urgent tasks will be to restore unity around the national team. The federation will need to clarify the chain of command, rebuild trust within the technical staff, and establish a coherent working relationships with the coaching team, whether with Mark Brice or a future successor. Failure to resolve these internal tensions risks further damaging the team's competitiveness and tarnishing the country's football reputation. Beyond national team affairs, Eto'o faces broader structural challenges. The domestic league remains underfunded and inconsistently managed, with clubs frequently struggling to meet financial obligations, secure stable infrastructure, or compete professionally. Youth development, long considered Cameroon's strongest asset, has weakened due to inadequate training facilities administrative hurdles, and insufficient investment in academies. Reforming this system will require a long-term strategy and stronger collaboration between FECAFOOT, clubs, government, partners, and private sponsors. As Cameroon enters a crucial period marked by upcoming qualifiers, continental competition, and the need to rebuild national pride, Samuel Eto'o carries the responsibility of steering the sport out of its current turbulence. His new mandate presents both an opportunity to fulfill his promises of modernization and a challenge to overcome the division and shortcomings that have hindered progress. The road ahead is demanding, but the expectations are immense, and the direction he chooses will determine the future of Cameroonian football for years to come.
And we pray that that direction should be one that will give the glory that Cameroon had through football. That is how we saw it in this edition of the Primetime News from this end. Before we go away, a quick look at what the temperature or the weather situation looks like in Douala. Temperatures as of now